So for this week, I have gold on my radar. Let me pull up my trading view chart. Let me pull up my trading view chart and bring out gold. Okay, so I have gold on my radar. Where are you? Okay, here you are. Now take a look at gold, guys. This is the daily time frame. This is the daily time frame. On one of the notifications I get on FX Street, I bet everyone here is subscribed to that, right? FX Street, one of the applications for you to get the latest news on Forex based on fundamentals and all. So this is what we have for gold. From last week to now, the market is still here. Already the head and shoulder pattern is clear. So even if this market drops to this point, it will be a very good deal for us. Like even if it just drops to this point. So let's even say we're being too ambitious. Let's even say it just drops to this point. So let's even say it just drops to this point, just this point right here. So let's assume that this is our head and shoulder, right? This is our head and shoulder pattern. Where is the head and shoulder boys? Please send me. Right, so let's say this is our head and shoulder pattern right here. Let's take it from here. Pull it out later. Let's just face it first. Right, so let's just call this zone right here our head and shoulder zone. So that means we're targeting level here as take profit. How many pips are we looking to go? That'll be a very clean, profitable drop. See, so we're targeting this. That's a very good transaction. So let's blow it out and adjust our head and shoulder. So this is our sell zone right here. That's to say we're looking to sell this market from this point, right? We're looking to sell it from this point, and that's how much profit we're looking to go. That's our target profit. Now gold has already given us clear reasons. In one of my videos, I did mention that one thing head and shoulder does is that they tend to retest the shoulder twice. So you can see how this one has actually come to test this right shoulder twice. So now this week, you'll likely see us selling gold from this point. Now let's see if we can also see something else from the higher time frame. Because on one of the notifications I got, someone said he saw an inverse head and shoulder on gold. But for the inverse head and shoulder to play out, he needs to see that the market, okay, no, this one is still showing us the bullish teacup. So let's check 4 hours time frame. Look for the inverse head and shoulder. Okay, where's the inverse head and shoulder? Is it this one they are calling the inverse head and shoulder? If it is this inverse head and shoulder, it has already played out now. It has already played out already. Is anyone seeing another inverse head and shoulder? Come on, guys. Let me hear you. Is anyone seeing another inverse head and shoulder? Or are we just seeing
No.
this? Because what I'm just seeing this one head and shoulder here. I'm not seeing another one. I'm seeing this one head and shoulder. I'm expecting to see this one head and shoulder play out to give me myself for gold. And even on the daily time frame, we've seen that the sell for gold is clear as day. Right? Sell for gold is clear as day. So I'm looking to sell gold this week. Now, if we're even going to further confirm our sell bias, let's just go to daily time frame. Let's just go to DXY. Now, some I think on Sunday, the last analysis we did, we looked at DXY and we were anticipating that DXY will likely come all the way down to this region. That is 61.8 to 78.6. So we targeted 78.6. So you can see how the market cleaned it out all the way down to this point. And last week it closed with a clear reversal candlestick pattern right here. So it's obvious that this will likely give us a buy for this week. So let's see the candle last week. So can you see that? A very, very clear pin bar right there. Very clear, very, very clear. So we'll likely see a bullish move on the DXY for this week. So we're seeing a bullish move on DXY. That means the dollar will gain strength. The dollar will be strong. There's actually a lot of move on strengthening the dollar, right? There's a lot of news updates on it. There is a lot of speculations on it and all. So we might likely see a strong dollar this week, especially with the fact that I don't know who was it that told me. I don't know if it was Ms. Oluremi that said something about zero interest rate. Was it you, Mrs. Oluremi? Zero interest rate on the
Yes,
dollar.
yes, that was last week.
So if that is the case, that means they'll be encouraging investors to come in and take loan. So there'll be room for small businesses to boom. There'll be room for people to begin to look to expand their businesses, open their businesses. So they call this a contractionary phase, wherein they're trying to make the economy fat. They're trying to fatten the economy. So they do things like this to encourage investors in. So whenever these guys carry out this type of measures, it usually strengthens the economy and improves their currency. So if dollar is going to gain all of that strength, so that means investors will be looking to drop gold. And besides, what we mentioned last week, that gold, it needs to be dropped for the price to buy it to be good. Because if the price is not right, not many people will want to be buying at this point. If at all there is a push up, it will be a market manipulation just to hit stop losses. Why? Because they know a lot of sellers will be here. So for Monday, what I'll do tonight when the market opens, I'll just observe it. Then early on Monday, I'll watch it before the New York market opens on Monday. So before the New York market opens, I'll be watching on the lower time frame to see an entry for gold, because when the sell is ready, I'm just targeting the 1584. Some people are targeting the 1650, 17. It doesn't matter what you're targeting. Just target your peak value, 100 point, 200 points, whatever point you want to go. Take your sell and enjoy your money. Because when this sell happens, like we've already seen here on the monthly time frame, it will likely be a very profitable sell. Like we're seeing here on the monthly time frame, this thing can drop all the way to, you can see that, all the way to this point, because there is a support level here. So you might likely see returns to this level of support before it now begins to continue the bull move, if at all. So my bias for gold for this week is a sell. My bias for Euro USD for this week is a sell. So I'll just pick one to trade. I'll trade only gold. So you saw how US 30 was flushed the whole of last week. But even before the market closed on Friday, all the losses that it made, it found a way to gain it back. Found a way to gain back all the losses that it has made. So guys, you might be seeing some kind of drama this week. You might see some new drama this week. So expect it. So Euro USD, see how they were flushing it, like clean flush. They might flush it all the way back to this one. Let us even flip this. Let's flip this move. Let's just flip this move from here to here. Right? And let's just see. So we're targeting this zone. This is a likely zone to watch. Right? So this is a likely zone to watch. This zone or even this zone, because we've already marked out this zone a while ago. We might even target this zone or this zone. So either way, keep our eyes out. So if you may, you can sell the euro dollar also for this week. But I'll just focus on gold. So I have gold on my radar. Let's see which other one we can add to the lot. The US 30. Let's see what it is. Now, one thing you should know about US 30 is that when you're selling US 30, you're expecting to see gold pushing up. And if US 30 is buying, it's not as if they are correlated like that. It's just that sometimes that's how it happens. You see that move when US 30 pushes up, gold pushes down, and vice versa. So last week, US 30 did flush, and the market looks like it's about to give us a corrective wave to the upside. So This is a level. This is a level to watch. The level to watch. Might likely see this play out. Right, might likely see this play out, push down, then might likely see this push over at least to this point and then before the drop. So how many points is that? They should be about 100 to 200 points, if not more. All right. So that's a good one there. I'm not going to buy it anyway. We just watch it. We'll just watch it. So one more analysis and then I'll take your analysis. Just take one more analysis. Let me take one of the GBPs, not the exotic.
Hello.
I can hear you.
Okay, please, I have a question. The US dollar index, can it be traded like other currencies, or is just used to analyze USD market for the week?
Yeah, it can be traded. I know Hot Forex has it as US dollar index. Some people trade it. Some people trade it. Yes, I know Hot Forex has it.
Okay, but not all brokers.
No, not all brokers has it. My broker doesn't have it. I know Hot Forex has it. Yeah, because I know one guy that trades it on Hot Forex. You want to trade it? You want to trade it? Okay.
No, I just want to know because I see people say they buy it. No. It's not even on my broker's list if I want to do.
Okay.
I just need to be sure because when I see people say they are buying, they are saying, I get confused. That is it really something you can buy or sell, or it's just there for analysis?
Yes, you can actually trade it. So there is a clear potential head and shoulder right here on GBP right? You see that head and shoulder right there. So we're seeing lots of head and shoulders, eh? Lots of head and shoulders for this week. So likely target this point. Let me take this out. We might likely target this zone as our take profit. So take note that this sell, let me go to weekly time frame. This sell might go all the way to this point. So you know I've already marked out this channel. So this sell might just follow the way down to this point because there is a bearish flag right here. Can you also see the bearish flag? This is a flag right here. So this sell might be what will bring this guy all the way down to this point to complete this flag. Can you see that? Over here to complete this channel. And I just stop halfway here and then bounce all the way up. So don't go and be buying it though. just be targeting yourself. But European ZD, you know, is very, very crazy. So
yes,
European ZD is good for itself. The flag is clear. The reversal head and shoulder is clear. See it right there. So just watch it. Watch that zone. This could be your sell zone.
Sorry, ma.
Mister.
I noticed that GBNZ almost plays the same way GDP AUD.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, they are related. Other than NZD, they're related. If you're buying one, you're buying the other. Selling one, you sell the other.
Yeah.
Even if it's NZD, USD, odd USD, NZD, JPY, NZD, and alt, they do the same thing. That's why I don't really trade all the NZD. Like I don't trade it all of them like that because they behave like Columenta. So I don't trade it. They behave. So if GN, GA, just like compared, I think GN moves faster than GA.
Yeah.
When you compare the movement, but they both do. Yeah, they both do the same thing.
Same thing.
GN, the sell is clear. The sell is clear. All right. So, who has a chart you want us to look at? The chart you want to share? Now, I always tell you guys, come with your chart though. when you are
Nah,
analyzing this chart and analyzing this market, that's how you get better. You continue to
okay.
just be watching and watching and watching and watching and watching.
Okay, ma. I have a chart. Euro GDP. I'm a little confused on the chart, but I don't know whether you can help me out.
Are you on your laptop? Maybe you share it. Let me see what you're confused about.
Right now, I'm using my phone because I am in service and the network is somehow bad.
Okay.
But it's much better when I'm using my phone. But I can show you on my phone.
Um, I don't know how. Anyway, let's just allow you show. Let me allow you
Okay.
show on your phone. So at least let me just see where you're confused with. So I'll stop sharing now. Go ahead and share. Let me see the
Okay.
area you're confused about.
Okay, ma. I'm coming. You disabled attendee screen sharing.
I did. No, I
Yeah.
Zoom. I didn't do that though. Share screen. I'm not participating to share screen. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
All right, so you can see your screen now.
Yeah. So the Euro GDP.
Okay, so this analysis you did right here, right?
Yeah.
Good.
So I have the trend line on, but with the various people opinion, they are always saying it's ready for a sell, and even on the monthly,
Mm,
it's at the highest peak.
level. Mm,
But my own problem now is on the 4 hours. I showed you the other time that is this a tick up? Because I was
yes.
even doubting myself, and you said yes. And you told in the videos I was watching, you told you said something like once you see a tick up, it does a little pullback, 32 or 61.8, then he shoots um it shoots higher. So
Yeah.
how do I correlate when the monthly is telling me sell and
Okay.
the weekly is telling me sell, the daily
Okay.
is telling me sell, then the 4 hours is telling me um, another another
Now,
thing.
on the 4 hours time frame, right?
Yeah.
I can see that inside that tick up you have a bar formation right there. Now,
Yeah.
even within that bar formation, there is something that
Yeah.
looks like a bullish flag. That
Yeah. Yes.
place where you have
Yes.
your
Yes.
trend line, your channel. There's a
Yes, ma'am.
I see this flag right here. So
Yes,
clone
ma'am.
measure this push, this movement of the flag, right? Measure this move and then place it
Okay.
on this channel to see the level or the extent that this market might push to before we can now
Okay, ma'am.
begin to see a sell. Because
Okay, ma'am.
based off this your harmonic pattern right here, you can see that the price
Yeah.
has been flirting around this zone. It hasn't been able to leave it. It has just been playing
Yes.
around this zone, consolidating and all that. So even while it's
Yes,
doing
ma'am.
that, we can still see the flag there. So if you clone this initial movement before the consolidation and then place it at
Okay.
at this last support before the market
Okay.
leaves this period. So you place it there and extend it, see how far it will go. Then you
Okay,
see that it
ma'am.
might likely get to the last level of resistance before your tick up.
Okay.
Let's try to do it on a chart.
Okay. Okay. I should stop sharing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's try to do it right here on the chart. Because I've been saying since that Euro GBP, the way the chart is just scattered all around, I've not really been seeing anything. But looking at your chart now, I think there's something to be seen there.
Yes, ma'am.
So any other person, if you have anything you're seeing there, please, let's hear it. But this is market watch analysis. So we look at the market like through each other's eyes. Okay, let me take this all of take all of this out. Let me even just look at the market, like just look at it. Let's do something, right? Let's just do something right here. Let's see what this will likely give us. Because as far as this market goes, we want to see everything. So this is the reason why I left this Euro GBP. It was giving me a lot of. So check out this zone right here. This technically should be a clear flag. Like you can just see it there that this is a clear flag. But the market has just been inside this flag. It hasn't left the zone. It hasn't moved. It's just been inside here like this. So now say we do this, then that means we're expecting this breakout. If it happens, we're expecting this breakout to extend to this point. So if this breakout extends to this point, that means this is going to be like a very, very, very long-term buy that will take out the initial high. Because based on what you said about the market is at a high on the weekly time frame, this is the last high that the market created. Let's see what it looks like on the monthly. On the monthly time frame, let's see the last high that the market created. So good. So based off at least all time frames, you could see that this was the last high, this 0.98. So if this flag holds, and the market is able to break out of it, then we're looking at it creating another high, because we can't deny the fact that there is a flag here, and the flag is just here like that. So it might just trick people into selling, and then the market will just decide to do what it will do eventually, push it and create a new high. So that's the reason why I'm not really trading this Euro GBP, because the pattern, the market, the chart to me is not very clear. So until I see a very, very clear signal, then I'll trade it. There was a time we saw a bullish Marabozu candlestick that confirmed our buy, right, on the monthly time frame. And you can see how this one has just been here like this. Now, if for some reason this thing holds like this, and then we now see another candle now drops, and then we know that this sell is short. There's already an evening star right here that is showing us that we should short this market. But other than that, this market is still within a consolidatory phase. I think the best thing for you to do is just to observe it.
Stay clear.
Just to stay clear and observe, because if it's not clear, if it's not clear, you just leave it. Let me see the one. I'm listening to your question.
Okay, one more thing. When doing the harmonics on monthly time frame, should I take the whole swing like on the monthly on Euro GDP? I started from the bottom.
Yes.
The whole swing. I don't.
When doing harmonics, before you decide that this is a harmonic pattern, you would have already seen that. You'd have already seen that irregular M or W formation.
Okay.
Then you now begin to measure it. So it can be on any time frame. It can be on 15 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hours, daily, monthly, on any time frame. Like on GBP CHF, there is a harmonic pattern on monthly time frame. Why? Because we've already seen that clear irregular M formation right there. So it was easy to just draw out the harmonic pattern.
Okay.
So you could see that formation on the 1 hour time frame. You could see it on the weekly. You could see it on the daily. You could see it on any time frame. So any time frame you see it at all, measure the entire move, the beginning of the first impulse. Like you could see this push up, push down, push up, and push down. So this is a clear harmonic pattern right here. So by the time you measure it out using all the parameters that you've learned about harmonic pattern trading, you already see that this is a clear bullish harmonic pattern on the monthly time. So you can see it on any time frame.
Okay.
So how the pattern is will now determine how you now begin to measure the fib, whether you should measure the whole move or you should just measure only that formation, only that pattern.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So GBP CHF. Now another reason why I'm even staying clear of Euro GBP is because GBP CHF has a bullish structure for me, right? GBP CHF has a clear bullish structure for me. Now if GBP CHF is bullish, Euro GBP can only be bearish. If GBP CHF is bullish, Euro GBP can only be bearish, because Euro GBP and GBP CHF, they are inverse to each other. So if we're buying Euro GBP, they were selling GCHEV and vice versa. But GCHEV is bullish. Like there's a bullish structure, although it is still stuck in this zone, right? You see how it has been on this zone for long, since 2000 and how many o'clock? Since 2016, it has been here. It came back again in 2019. 2020 now, we are still here. Like we have not left here at all. Like not only you are come levels. So it doesn't want to move out of this zone. So that's why you see Euro, if you notice all my analysis, I know they talk about Euro GBP because it matter no clear.
Okay, ma.
Matter no clear from here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So who has a chart they want us to watch, or that they want to share with the house? You guys know that I don't like it when you're quiet though. You already know. I don't like it when you're quiet. So you're free to unmute your mic, because the reason when I muted all, I gave you you have access to unmuting yourself. So unmute yourself. Always come to this Zoom session.
Hello.
Chat. Yeah. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear
Okay,
you.
so I'm actually looking at USD card. So though I followed it last week, and from my 1 hour chart.
Okay.
So I just followed it to the peak formation high. Then I sold down with it. That is from my 1 hour chart.
Okay.
Then it went high again, but it did not get to the former high, but it's actually coming down again. So I'm looking at it for a sell this week.
Okay.
So I'm expecting it to like come down to like the point of the 134881. So that is what I'm actually anticipating on USD card. So I don't know, I might be wrong. So.
Okay, remember the analysis we did on DXY, how we're expecting DXY to be bullish this week, right?
Yeah.
So if we're expecting a bullish DXY,
bullish.
it only translates that most of the USD XXS, we're expecting it to be bullish also. USD cards, USD, anything USD XXS, we're expecting it to be bullish, while the XXS USD, we're expecting it to be bearish, right? Now, based off this on the monthly time frame, let's see what we can see based off the market structure, so that we don't just sit down with one bias and become blind. So let's see this move right here. This is the current move. Push up and then push down. So let's fib that move and see what it will likely give us. Good. So let me take this out. This is like fibbing the entire move. Let's just take this out and focus on this small move right now. Take note, this is a monthly time frame. Now on this monthly time frame, the market gave us a push up and then it pulled all the way down to 78.6. And see what it's doing now, is pushing all the way back on that. There is a rejection on this zone. Like the rejection is just clear like that. This is monthly. And you can see that clear rejection on this zone. So what is that telling us? That there is a possibility that the market will likely push all the way back from this place and complete this move right here. So we might see it coming all the way back to retest that initial high right here, which was the high it gave us a while ago in 06. Let's drop down to a lower time frame. Having seen that structure right there, let's drop down to a lower time frame and see what it looks like. So you can see that move, that thing that we measured there, you see how it looks like here now. So this is what we're expecting to see happen. This zone is a zone of rejection. First impulse, this is a corrective move. First push up, corrective move. So the market has been on a corrective phase. So if at all, it might just do this, give you a W corrective, and then continue to push up. Right? Then continue to push up all the way to this point. Why? Because there is an ICC right here, impulse corrective continuation move. So until it takes out this zone, I don't have any business selling this pair. That is now my plan. Until USD CAD takes out this zone, I don't have any business doing what? Selling it. The only thing I'm looking to do is to buy it when it gives me a good signal at this zone. You know, one of the things you don't try to do is think for the market. You let the market show you what it wants to do. That's why you've learned a lot about patterns. That's why I call you chart scene investigators. You have learned a lot about patterns. So you're putting all the clues together. You're putting all the learnings and knowledges together, and you're using it to make a decision. So you're not coming to the market saying, I'm expecting it to sell. No. You are coming to the market saying, let me see what he wants to do. So once he shows you what he wants to do, then you now create your bias based on that movement. So now, my bias is there is a zone here, 1. The second bias is there is an impulse move here, 2. There's a correction here, 3. The third bias is what the market do at this point. So when market gives me a signal, I enter my trade. So if it doesn't come out this zone, I know they sell them. That's just it. Esther, did you get it? So if you have sold it the whole of last week, kudos, you made profit. Take your profit and then watch how it plays out on this zone. Did you get that? I can't hear her again. Maybe our network has taken her out. Any other question before we wrap up tonight's session? So you guys can connect with family and prepare for the new week.
Okay, I have a question.
All right.
I just want to ask who does trade the crude oil?
Yeah. Does anybody trade crude oil here? After that coronavirus flush, I just stayed clear of it. And there was some discrepancies with my broker because I drew this bullish pattern right here because I knew that crude oil was going to push all the way up. But I couldn't get my broker to update their own. The market, my broker was still selling at 11 when the market had already pushed up to 20. So, but other than that, crude oil is on a bullish trend. So imagine now that you were living in the US and you were able to, after that flush, because when the market crashed like that, you know what a lot of brokers did out of being smart, they now closed out on taking the oil. I think it was very few brokers that allowed their traders to trade because I mean it's just clear like that. When the thing has crashed to minus, what's the next thing that will happen? It's not for you to start buying. like it is cheap already for you. There's nothing you can do but to go up. So they closed out on it just so people will not make money off of it. But a lot of people invested in it and they're spanning to the bank now. See, from here all the way up. So there might be a little more crash coming up. Because as far as money patterns goes, I just see it come back. Do you want to start trading it or do you trade it?
Okay, I've been testing it for the last 3 weeks. Because I'm currently testing on the CFDs, the contract for difference. I'm having DJ30, I'm having DX30, I'm having crude oil. I'm also having US30, US100, which is Nasdaq 100. That one I'm trading.
Okay.
Well, I'm checking on DJ30 and the DAX 30. You can see that they're volatile. If you have good setup, then you can harvest a lot of pips.
Yes. So
I don't know. Is there anyone trading on DJ30? DJ30, DX30?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that. We're in Nigeria. There are some things that whether just bother yourself with. But I don't know. Maybe other people trade. Me, I don't trade it, Sha. Who trades it?
Dow Jones and US 30, are they different?
Are they different?
Okay, they're
30.
volatile. I haven't checked, compared the patterns.
DJ. Is it called DJ 30, like DJ 30?
Yeah.
Mm. So why is it coming up with this one? I don't know. Where do you trade it on TradingView? HRO DJ